Would you like to get started with Google Ads for beginners? Let's get started. Hey everybody, welcome into this new complete beginner's guide for Google Ads here into TechExpress. My name is Steven and I'm going to be showing you today how you can get started with Google Ads. So in this tutorial, in this video, I'm going to be showing you something easy. Let's focus into the actual introduction. I'm going to be showing you to understanding what is exactly Google Ads. Let's focus into the types of Google Ads, keywords and results. I'm going to be showing you how to set up your Google Ads account. I'm going to be showing you how to create compelling ads that can be helping you to, let's say, write effective ads, designing eye-catching visuals, testing and optimization, and I'm going to be focusing into managing and optimizing your campaigns in order to get started. Of course, monetizing, budget management, and advanced optimization techniques are available into this video as well. So let's just get started. So first of all, what I want to do is to define what is exactly Google Ads. Google Ads, formerly known as the Google AdWorks, this is an online advertising platform developed by Google. So it allows business and advertisers like us to create ads that appears on Google search engine and other Google properties. Now, speaking about the overview and how does this actual Google Ads works, I'm going to be focusing and I'm going to be telling you this one is actually PPC. So PPC goes for pay per click. That means that this advertising models only pays when a user clicks on your ad. So if you create an ad and nobody watches your ad, usually you're not going to be paying a lot because you don't have a lot of results. So Google guarantees you that you're going to be having sales, yes or yes. So what are the actual ad formats that Google allows in these Google Ads? Well, you have the text ads. These are simple text-based ads that appears into Google search results. We have display ads, visual ads including images and videos. We have, of course, video ads, the video advertising that can appear into YouTube and other Google parent sites. We have shopping ads, the product-based ads that appears into Google search results. We have the app ads, of course, the ads promoting the mobile applications, and of course, responsive ads. Those ads that are automatically adjusted to the size, appearance, and format to fit available spaces. Now that we talked about these Google Ads and how this actually works, let's talk about the actual keyword explorer. Keywords are the words of phrases that use types into search engines when looking to products, services, or information. In the concept of Google Ads campaigns, the importance of keywords cannot be overstated, the cost effectiveness, and the increased conversions. With those stuff in mind, I think we're not ready to get started by creating our very first Google Ads account. So let's go and get started. If you go directly into ads.google.com, you're going to be seeing that we have here into the right part the show up the Google Ads section. For new users, we can get up to $600 in ad credit after we spend that exactly amount of money. So that means that we're willing to spend $600. If we are willing to do this, Google can help us to duplicate that money to help us improve and to get more chances to get heard into Google Ads. So whether you have a Google account or not, if you go into the upper side, I can go and create my very first account. If you don't have one, what I can do is just to click info and focus into the option that says start now. So as you can see now, we are inside Google Ads. And in order to get started, you wanted to make sure that actually everything comes directly into the title and the language that you're actually choosing. So in this case, as you can see, we have this Spanish version. So you wanted to make sure that I click in here. All right, so as you can see, I'm in the very first part of the Google Ads. So creating your first campaign can be helping you to, let's say, understanding how does this actual Google Ads works. So usually you don't have to create an actual account because you now have Google Ads already been enabled. So add your information to streamline campaign setup. What is the name of your company? Let's say, for example, here I clicked into something like this. And what is the URL of your website? Now in this case, it could be a website or a social media page, it doesn't matter. In this case, we wanted to enable the actual social media of our client. In this case, is called Canva Gigs. So there we go. I'm going to hit now into following or into next, and they're going to be checking the URL just to make sure this is actually working. So as you can see, they have some linked accounts. So that means that I can get insights in how people engage with our video ads. I can add mobile applications, I can add Google business profile and an actual phone number. So if you're okay with that, just going to hit it into add, and then it's going to be asking you to let's say add an actual channel. So in this case, I wanted to enable, let's say for example this one. I hit into searched, and if you can see it in the, you can hit into continue. In this case, is this one, so I click here, hit into next, and you can add a custom Gmail account. In this case, it's going to be cambageeks@gmail.com. Hit into next and make the vinculation or the linked the. So I just go into ready and hit into next or following. Now, what is our goal for this campaign? Let's say, for example, that this client wanted to bring some more page views because we're actually not selling stuff. We don't want to make some lead forms, and we are not looking for phone call leads. So we wanted to focus into brand recognition or into pages view. So usually the brand recognition will be helping you to, let's say, reach a wider audience and to get video views and build consideration for more branding. So if you're okay with those, let's get into this one. I select this element and hit now into the following. I continue, and now I have the recommendations for ourselves. Since we wanted to get started with an actual YouTube channel, it's going to be asking us to create some YouTube and drive conversions. So you can enable this one. You can let Google Ads help you with that, or what you can do is to hit into see more. So you can see more elements that you can use for your Google Ads. For example, you can promote yourself as a display, as a search bar into Google search. You can go into applications, looking into the smart button for small businesses. But in this case, I'm going to focus into YouTube. Now we have the select a campaign tab type. For example, I have video views, video scope, or stand video. In this case, I'm going to focus into get views and engagement with pickable in-stream ads or in-feed video ads. So I'm going to hit now into following. So something really easy to create here into Google Ads is your very first campaign. Everything's going to be really, truly helpful to drive more people here into Google Ads. Now, as you can see, we have the type, the video campaign, the campaign name, the consideration, the bidding strategy, the target CBS, and much more. So what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be scrolling a little bit up and to get started promoting an actual video here. If I go and open it up, let's go into the name of our actual client, which in this case is this one. And what I wanted to do is to promote this actual website. So I copy this YouTube stuff. And here what I want to do is to go into the type, video campaign. If this one actually works for you, just gonna leave this like that. In this case, you can change this later, or what you can do is to just focus into, let's say for example, in this case, recognition and consideration, remember? So I choose this one and hit now into continue. How it's gonna be looking, video views, continue, and actually looking great. Now the campaign name in this case would be Canva Geeks. Let's go and underline ad number 1. This is the campaign name of myself. So here I have the bidding strategy. So usually the bidding strategy is going to be helping you to enter the whole budget type and the amount, or you can choose daily campaign budget total. Let's say for example that you're willing to spend only $2 for example per day. So this is going to be helping you to make a really great investment for people who are just getting started there. So I have the very first day I wanted to get started, and I wanted to edit or delete the day that I wanted to finish my actual work. So I have now the network. Now I put it into the actual network. You can see by default we have of course YouTube, but now we have the video partners on the Google Display Network. So ads may appear on a collection of sites and apps outside of Google and Google. Of course, this might be taking a little bit more of your budget, but you're gonna be gaining more impressions that you're actually interested in. So if I disable this one, my impressions should be going down. So now here we have the location, the languages, and much more. Into locations, what I wanted to do is to focus not into all countries and territories. What I want to do is to target different locations in order to get started. For example, let's say that this guy actually comes from Colombia, Brazil, Argentina, and much more into the Central America. So that means that I wanted to actually target that kind of audience and not the whole world, because I wanted to level up and optimize my budgets as I can possibly can. So that means that I'm going to be back here, enter another location, and here what I want to do is to type, let's say for example, Argentina, Ecuador. I want to go for Brazil. I can look out for Mexico, for example. And maybe I can go for United States, but I'm gonna just leave this like that, for example. And now here into languages, I wanted to make sure that this one actually comes from the language that these guys are actually speaking. In this case, this actually comes into Spanish, so that means I'm gonna change this only for Spanish. So I'm gonna go here, start typing SP, and there we go. So now I have the multi-format ads. Now the multi-format video ads can help us to get more views. Google, what it actually does in here is to find the right combination of ad formats to get up 40% more views and more engagement though. So you can see that there's actually additional settings, for example, different devices, frequency limiting, ad scheduling, third-party measures, and all of that. But in this case, I can just leave it like that. Create your ad group. In this case, the campaign settings has now been configured and created automatically. So now let's focus into add your actual group. Now here into add group, let's go for YouTube Shorts number 1. Now I scroll a little bit down, and as you can see, we have the people. Who do you want to reach? We wanted to define our audience as much as we can possibly can, because what we wanted to do is to engage with people. We didn't want to drive with as much users as we can. We wanted to enable a small amount of people, but this amount of people to actually do what we're actually looking for. In this case, they can engage with our actual customers' website. So here into demographics, you can, let's say for example, focus into the genders of woman, man, stranger. That doesn't matter. So usually what I do is that we want to have access for this actual YouTube channel, for example. So I can go here into my client's account, and I wanted to make sure where does that actually come from. For example, this guy comes from Mexico, Colombia, Peru, Argentina, and Spain. So this is something truly important, so I can consider those into this campaign, right? And the actual, let's say, and the actual ages and all that. So as you can see, we have both female and male here, and people from 18 to 34 to 44 actually are the most engaging people so far. I want to go for 18, from 18 to 44. Let's go from 18 to 44, and I disable these elements like this. Now parental status, I think that doesn't matter, and the family income, once again, that doesn't matter. So I scroll a little bit down, and we have the audience segment. So usually here into the audience segment, helping us to define who should see our ads. So let's say for example, people who are interested into, in this case, let's go for example into Canva, for example. Or let's go into entertainment, design, for example, design in the market field, architecture, education of art and design. So I think this is actually working really great, and there we go. So now we have the content, whether you want your ad to appear. So this is something that a lot of people don't actually care a lot, but I believe this is like the most strong and powerful tool that can be helping you here and to appear into Google. So in this case, let's say for example that this guy has some educational stuff. So if I go and open a new tab, let's go for YouTube. I'm going to type Canva tutorials. And what I do here is that I have, for example, this latest design with Canva. So what I do here is to choose the channel that is actually similar to our clients. I copy it and I go back here and keyword ideas, enter a related website. I paste this website and enter your product and services. So let's say, for example, free design, Canva graphic design, or I just add Canva tutorials like this, where you can add all the ideas, whatever. So what I wanted to do is to narrow my keywords, topic, positions, everything directly inside here. So Google Ads, let's say, know what we're actually trying to look for. So I scroll a little bit down. Topics, for example, let's say, for example, I look out for Canva. Let's see if this one appears. For example, I have software, graphic design. It actually looks great. And positioned, I usually focus into channels or YouTube, or I can paste the same one. And there we go, design with Canva. And there we go. So people who are actually interested into this, guys, they're going to be having ourselves as well. So it's actually looking really, really great. So now we have the advertisement section. So usually what I do here into this new advertisement, your YouTube videos, create your YouTube ads. So what we can do is to add a video from our clients. So I can go directly into this, guys. I'm going to go into the content and you can copy and paste all these actual videos. When you add your custom video of YouTube, it's going to be showing you how it's going to be looking the actual format, how it's going to be looking here as a YouTube short, how it's going to be looking as a video in feed, how it's going to be looking into when somebody wanted to check it out, how it's going to be looking your video. So this is something that actually works into YouTube. You can change this from shopping, from Google stuff, from Google Ads and whatever. So in this case, my target is just $1 and I create my actual campaign. So after that, what I do now that I have created my actual campaign, now we can select the country we're actually currently living, select a time zone, and we have the info about here, automatic payments here, how you're going to be getting charged, and do you want to receive personalized help over the phone with your campaigns from Google Ads Expert. That's totally optional for you, so you don't have to worry about it because this one actually is totally for free. So just in case you need some help though, you can just hit into continue and receive emails with suggested, hit into save, and your actual let's say billing stuff should be added automatically. So now if I go into my actual Google Ads account, you have here the campaign section where you can see how it's going to be looking your campaign once you get started with your actual products. So as you can see, we have the overview. You can see how it's going to be looking the engagement of your custom, in this case, whatever you created. In this case, I'm going to hit into insights and reports. You can see the insight, the report editor. We have the actual dashboard. You have the settings. What I'm going to be doing here actually is to try to look out for a actual ad so you can see what happened and here. So as you can see, we have this actual campaign and there's an overview. There are 19,000 people who checked out our ad and only 3 people clicked into our actual link. So that means that this is not actually looking great. So what happens in here is that what we need to do is to try to change the cost here. We wanted to try to aim for really interesting people who are willing to click into our ads. It's not only about creating ads. What you want to do is to try to segment your stuff as much as you can possibly can. So usually here, as you can see, we have checked out that there were a lot of people who watched their actual ads through their actual device, in this case a mobile phone. So nobody checked out a TV, nobody checked out a tablet or computers. Mostly everyone checked out as a mobile phone. So that means that I wanted to create ads specifically only for people who are willing to optimize for mobile phones. This is my main target. So if you click into recommendations, usually Google Ads is going to be helping you to check out what you can do. For example, your account budget is exhausted, therefore you need to add more money there, more impressions there, all campaigns diagnosis. What I want to do is to check out the actual landing pages And now I'm going to click into suggested locations. So now as you can see, we have the target location, the campaign, how many people clicked into our actual link, how many views we had, the view rate, the average cost per view, the average cost per click here, and the actual cost. So what we wanted to do is to try to look for something that is not that, let's say, easy or hard. For example, here the cost is really high, the view rate is low, and the views are really high. So I wanted to try to look out for less impressions, more views, and less cost, so I can really engage with customers once I am getting started here. The same thing happened when you wanted to create, let's say, a campaign to drive some more sales. It's going to be asking you to see the page views, hitting to continue, and the process is exactly the same. Select an actual campaign. How would you like to get started? For example, choose perform maxed. Campaign name appears in here, hitting to continue, and then it's going to be asking you to focus into the next step. For example, what do you want to focus on? Into conversions, set a target cost per action. For example, let's say no longer than 12 mx. Customer acquisition, I'm going to hit now into continue. Location, languages, the process, it is exactly the same as we were doing here back into YouTube. Now in this case, we wanted to focus not into YouTube only, but let's say that I wanted to sell stuff into Gmail, into Google search, into a display, into Discover. There are a few stuff that you might know already since we're, let's say, getting started here. For example, let's say that you are willing to, let's say, products. So you don't want to sell that kind of product directly into Gmail, because there's a lot of people who are not that interested when they come directly into Gmail. For example, into YouTube and Google search, maybe you can find something truly easy. So this is something that's going to be really important once you created your very first ad, and once you set up who's going to be the one that right target the actual audience. So look out for your performance details. Check out how money you have spent all the time. Wait till the next week till you have created full 7 days of your actual ad, so you can see where are the top interested, what are the top genders, how many people click into your actual link, from what kind of ages. You can check out more details like parental status, the network, where they actually come from. All of this information is really important, so you can try to not to leave your ad there, but then later on, let's say at the end of 1 or 2 weeks, you can try to improve a little bit more, to edit a little bit more your ad, and you can engage and you can get more sales, more conversions, more leads, whatever you're actually looking at here into Google Ads. So this is something really easy to get started here into this actual Google Ads section. I know this is just like a broad way of how you can just get started. I have just shown you like a campaign has actually working here, but what you can do is to try to add or create really strong ads that can be helping you to incentivize more traffic, more sales, more impressions, whatever. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many campaigns you create, how many ads your campaign, your ads are inside here. What it truly matters is what you're actually trying to promote, the actual product. If you wanted to find a few examples of Google Ads, you can check out a few eye-catching Google Ads examples that I see here into the word screen created by Local IQ. Those are really great tools that can be helping you to create more, let's say, snappy specialists, for example. So hopefully guys, this was a very useful information for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel if you don't want to see more tools that Google has to offer to us out of Google for YouTube, for a lot of places we're actually here into this channel, so you can just drop into our channel and check out more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching the video. Once again, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hopefully this was very useful for you guys. Thank you so much for watching the video guys, and hopefully guys, we can all see you on the next video.